I watched your last Friday night baseball game, and I wanted to see Aaron Judge. I wanted to see Aaron Judge's dong.
Yeah, first of all, didn't show it. Get in line, and also get in line in the metaphorical sense, because actually nobody wanted to see him hit it during our game. I think that was actually the storyline that was pushed, was that our game can't be the one to. Which, I mean, come on, guys. I know I'm involved, so I can't really be neutral. But I feel like if I were to zoom out and be neutral, like, stop, grow up. It's just a call of a. It's about Aaron Judge hitting it or not hitting it. It's not about the. But whatever, let me stop myself.
No, listen, I was fascinated by all of that, because the last time we talked to you on this podcast was before that, and we were obviously rooting for you. We wanted it selfishly to happen during your call. Adam Amin, who's also a friend to all, had the call the night before, and I was rooting for 62 there, and then the record breaker when you would be on the call there. What was that like, though? 61. Because to your point, it was the absolute weirdest crock of bullshit to watch really Yankees fans all go out there and just lose their damn minds about you guys being involved in this.
The thing is, like, I don't want to say too much, because I know that I'm like emotionally involved in this, and it was like I was getting yelled at on the internet for something I hadn't even done before I was about to do it, which, like, really, for me, it kind of messes with your ability to go and do that thing with a clear head. But it just felt like, we know when we replace your local broadcast that we mention it in every broadcast we did this year. Steven makes it a point to name and thank the local team broadcasters, because and he doesn't have to do that. It's his job to come here and broadcast this. This is a game. This is a deal that was worked out between MLB and Apple, and the deal is that they broadcast this game. But we know that that's something that's frustrating. That being said, it just felt like this big swarm of, again, negativity for a thing that hadn't even happened yet. And, like, a lot of it was, and I get it, like, if you're just going narratives, a Red Sox fan in the booth for that moment. But I'm not going to call it. I haven't called a single thing, because I'm not play-by-play. So this wasn't going to be the time that all of a sudden I was going to be like, and that's a long fly ball from it. Like, I don't do that. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm going to do is shut up until the moment is, like, very much almost entirely over. And then I'll probably say something dumb like, wow. And then that's going to be it. That's going to be all of the mark that I leave on this clip. So it was just so frustrating that, like, I don't know, and it spilled over because the network that normally broadcasts it is associated with the team, and so we were covering that team, and we weren't necessarily. It was just a stressful day which ended up being for nothing. And so just the next morning I woke up and I was just like, what the hell? It was like this huge big thing that just didn't even happen, and if it had happened, I don't know. It just felt like people being mad for the sake of being mad, and I wish I was better at just tuning those people out, but it really ruined what I wanted to be, like, my last, like, hurrah.
I was just going to say that was your last game. I can imagine that's kind of a disappointment. Like, waking up the next day, you mentioned you'd felt a lot of that. Like, as you've had time since then, has it affected the way you felt like the experience of your season went at the end?
Yeah, because even just then, as I was trying to rant to you about what that meant, I had that perfectly down and much more angry and sad the day after. I think I even recorded a voice note for myself to be like, remember, this is how you felt.
Wow.
I do that, and then I never go back and listen to them. So I just have all these little, if I die, put those out as a podcast, okay? And just profit.
This is like Twitter drafts, and I heard you on the Spencers with Haley and company reading your guys' Twitter drafts. That's the next level, is the voice memos.
Yeah, and the Instagram stories I don't post. Like, those, you guys can publish those and profit. Make sure it goes to a good cause. But yeah, I think, like, so that first day, I mean, I realized it when I got on the phone with Dan, because Dan was on the road that weekend. And I called him, and I think I started out being like, hi, and then yelling about, like, anger and, like, making fun of something that had happened, and then calmed down and was just talking normally. Dan hasn't spoken yet in this conversation. And then I'm talking normally, and then I'm sobbing, and I'm crying. And he's just, the sweetest, sits there and then was like, okay, well, why don't you just chill? I'm going to get a delivery sent to the house. I think you should get back in bed. Just, like, turn your phone off. Don't go posting any of that, and then just chill. So the first day was intense, And then I think, now I feel like, oh, I did that, and it's done, it's finished, and now I just get to enjoy the regular anxiety of sports, which is rooting for teams and watching them potentially, not make it further. I really liked the wild card weekend this year. That was very fun, the new playoff format. Mostly because they took the teams that are so good you can't beat them and we're like, stay home and let these guys play for a little bit.
let these guys go ahead and hack it out for a little bit.
Yeah, let's watch some close games. But anyway.
Now there's a bunch of rivalries though in the divisional, right?
Yeah.
Which is fun outside of the Guardians and the Yankees.
But I'm rooting for that Guardians team so much.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Number one Guardians fan, Katie Nolan.
Kaylee!
Kaylee.
My alter ego.
Kaylee Nolan, Guardians fan.
That's right.
This is why you check the show out on YouTube now, because you get the good shit like this.
Yeah, that's right. I just told Dan, because Dan was in Cleveland. That's why he went to game one and he got this. I was like, this is merchandise from their first year as the Guardians. That could eventually, someday, if the Earth continues, be something valuable. I don't think we're going to be around that long, if I'm honest.
No.
I don't think we're going to have time for the 2000s fashion to come back around another time. I don't think we'll be around that long.
I'm sorry,
my bad.
I was looking at my drafts.
Oh, you were starting to look at yours now?
What do you have? Give me something good.
The whole concept is crazy to me. Mine are very, very underwhelming.
Oh. Yeah, I never used to use them until I started... thinking before I push send on stuff. And then now I'm like, now I play it too safe. I got to switch it back up to not playing it safe. Because playing it safe on Twitter is so boring.
It is a tough place to live. Well, especially now, this is so interesting because you went from being in a job where you were on the road on TV every week, different arena, all the things that we've talked about with your experience calling Major League Baseball this year. And now you're kind of free on the other side. Does that feel good? Does it feel weird? Where are you at with this?
It feels good. It's also, I hate this period where now every conversation I have is like, so what's next? And I'm like, I don't know. I just finished. And actually, I kind of dig not working. So I'm cool with taking my time to figure out. I feel like we've talked about this before too, where I'm very fortunate. I acknowledge that I'm very lucky. Hold on, I'm gonna get something to drink because I feel my throat getting dry. I just unplugged my microphone.
It's all right, Katie. You know what? Can you hear me right now?
Yes. Why? What's wrong?
All right. While you're waiting for that, we have a surprise for you here. Since you are done right now, someone wanted to say hi.
Hi. How are you, Mr. Golic? How are you?
Hi, Katie. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so good. What'd you do today? What was your day like?
My day? What was my day like? Let's see. We went to Notre Dame football practice. I hung out there for a while.
Okay, that's fun for some people.
We baptized our first grandchild yesterday.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yes. Jake's son is about 4 months old. We baptized him here on campus. Mike is the godfather and Sydney is the godmother.
Wow, that kid's going to grow up with a lot of promise.
That kid is going to grow up screwed.
That kid's screwed. I hope the parents stay alive for a long, long time.
Yeah, I know. That's the one thing we're always talking about. Oh, God, if the godparents have to do something, that means my son and daughter-in-law have been killed, which is not something we really want to think about.
No, we shouldn't root for, certainly.
By the way, great job on the baseball this year.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to lie. We always I come on this podcast and talk to him about how hard that job is, dude. The fact that you do that, it's so much. It's so hard.
What's hard?
Calling any type of game. It's just so hard.
So I always think hockey could be the toughest because it's the fastest moving and you have to explain so much and the names are hard. Yeah. But baseball, you have so much friggin' time to fill.
I know. And I live to fill time. That's all I do. But then there's the rhythm that people need it to breathe and you've got to wait and you can't start a story when there's 2 outs, but you can have 2 outs for 7 batters. They could get a 2-out rally. So now you're just I don't know what to talk about because it might be too long. It's just too much. I like watching the game.
So when did you get comfortable?
Oh,
where
never,
you were like, okay,
never.
I got
there
this.
There was 1 or 2 weeks where everything had worked out just right, and I was like, cool. I think this is good. I think this is a good one. And every other week was like, what's happening? So it was exactly what I thought it was going to be when I said yes. So I was like, let's go try something insane that you never thought you'd do and see how you do.
So I'll ask you in your 10th year of it if you got any more comfortable with it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, that's 10 years. I don't know if I'll be around. We'll see.
You better be.
I will be.
Okay, good. I mean, you look healthy.
More
I could say
emotions.
that. That's safe to say, right? You look healthy, so you should be around for quite a bit.
Look healthy, feel good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Good.
Oh, good. God, it's so nice. We don't need these two guys. We could just do our own
I know. Guys, can you move?
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon.
I thought Brandon was actually about to
I
shut
did
his
too.
screen
I was
off
like,
for a
oh,
second.
Yeah,
he's
I
leaving.
did too. Brandon scared me there for a minute. Wow.
The Chris Collinsworth. The reverse Chris Collinsworth.
What are we talking about here? What's
Baseball.
the topic?
You know, my specialty now.
My Guardians, they took one. Took a shot, huh? Yeah.
I love them.
Katie's Guardians.
I love
It's
them.
still. Did you have trouble going Guardians?
No, because I've been calling them Cleveland for a while, just like personal, preference, just to because you see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, being from Cleveland, everybody always asks me, "Oh, what do you think?" I said, "In a year or two, nobody's going to give a shit.
No one's
They're
gonna
just
care.
it's going to say Guardians."
I hate that it's based off of those statues, and the name of those statues is Guardians of Traffic. That makes me go, ugh. But other than that,
that is
nobody
kinda
knows that.
cringeworthy.
Like, it doesn't have anything to do with the.
In all honesty, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, right now you know, and I
Nor,
bet you
nor
wish
do
you
I
didn't.
care. I didn't even care about it.
It's just the name of a team.
Yeah.
You know, who cares, right?
Yeah, completely agree. Didn't bug me one bit. And it's all new memorabilia everybody can buy.
That's what I was just saying. This could be worth something one day. It's from their first year.
Yep. Yeah, probably won't be, but good thought.
No, yeah, probably not.
I appreciate that the logo does look like a business inside the Sims game, or like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
It's very word art.
Graphic design is my passion.
That's not bad. That font there.
No, I do like that font, actually.
It's sort of
Right?
jazzy.
It's kind of nice. So
That's okay.
anyway, I hope they beat the Yankees. I hope they beat them so hard.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be the best.
Oh, my God.
Just the absolute
There ain't nothing
best.
like shutting Yankee fans up.
I know.
God, it'd be
know.
awesome.
Well, Dad, thank you for stopping by.
Oh,
I
he's
have to
gonna
go
go.
now?
Oh,
I didn't want to make you sit on these water bottles here the
Yeah.
entire time. I feel like our entire season arc this year with Katie was centered around the very first appearance where you guys went viral for thirst. So,
Well,
It's
I mean,
just
you know,
he's just look. He posts the pictures, right? What am I supposed to do? Not say something?
Katie will always be my favorite.
You're the best. I don't even know what you mean, favorite what, and I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to take the
Favorite,
compliment.
just take the compliment.
Yeah, thank you so
Absolutely
much.
Right. You're certainly my favorite ice fisher person. So
I mean, that was a blast.
that was a blast.
A blast.
Except when
We'll
you
have
caught
to go again.
Except when you caught the lunker.
Yeah,
You caught the lunker.
I know.
You know what the lunker is,
The
right?
big fish? Is it the big one or the
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just a guess.
I mean, yeah, I would say context. I didn't know what the lunker was, but context clues. It was like, all right, well, she had the biggest fish.
Look at the look
Yeah.
on Brandon's face. He is so fucking lost right now.
he's like, what
Brandon,
the hell?
Brandon thought the little bottle of alcohol was called the nipple, so
Can
he's
you
not really
believe
up
that?
to date on
A
yeah.
nipple, he said. He said he brought
A
a nipple.
nipple?
That. You know that these are nips. And
Yeah,
nips.
nips.
Short for
Yes,
nipples.
they're nips.
He thought it was short
Yeah.
for nipple.
What is that short for then?
Nothing.
So quick story about the nips, if I may.
If
You
wait,
may.
nips
Ooh,
or
yes.
nipples, it makes a difference.
Nips.
Okay.
These are nips.
Eh,
So
we'll take it anyway.
My senior year at Notre Dame, we made the Aloha Bowl. So we played in Hawaii. So we flew out there, and when we landed, the coach was Jerry Faust at that point. And when we landed, everybody was getting off the plane. He pulled the captains aside. I was one of the captains, me and the other two captains. So we went over to coach, and he's like, hey guys, he said, about $150 worth of these. He didn't know they were called nips because he doesn't drink or swear. Did Jerry Faust. Great guy, but he didn't do any of that. He said these little bottles of alcohol, there was $150 of the worth of them stolen. We figured it was by the players. And we said, don't worry, Jerry, Coach, we'll take care of it. We're on it. We'll find out who did it. Jerry's like, okay, good. That's what captains should do. That's great. Good job. And he walked away. We looked at each other and said, we don't give a fuck who stole it. It's our last game in the Notre Dame uniform. Why do we care?
So did you find who stole it and then party with them?
We didn't even look. We didn't even look to see who stole them. The only reason we would have looked is to take them and drink them ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder how many
I
nips
would have
you can
looked
get
so
for
that you could
$1.50.
split. Yeah, let me Google it, see if anything comes up.
I mean, it was really
nowadays.
dumb. But then again, in college, you're dumb. I mean, take a few so maybe they won't be noticed.
Yeah.
But no, they take $150 worth. So
Or take $150 worth and then drink them so they'll never be found.
that's true too.
Destroy the evidence.
Yeah,
Smart.
pee them out.
Okay.
That's it.
What does $150 worth of nipples look like?
Okay,
Oh,
you know
for
what?
God's sake.
You know what?
You know what, Brandon?
I think that depends on a number of factors.
You have a real one-track mind working right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's true.
We're trying to have a
We're trying to
serious
be
discussion
adults
here.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're making
Yeah.
it
Grow up,
weird.
Brandon.
Really,
Fucking
really,
child.
really
Actually
weird.
roll off.
Unprofessional.
You know what? I'm so turned off right now. I'm leaving.
Oh no, you turned him off.
Yeah, that's a
Brandon!
weird time to say turned off.
Yeah, it is. It's true.
What are you doing?
It's true.
Yeah.
Elle's gonna be
Wow,
so
Brandon.
mad at you.
Oh my God.
Father
Bye,
Golic,
Katie.
it was
Good to
good to
talk
see
to
you.
Good to see you as well. Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
Great pop in, Mr. Golic.
I gotta clear this earpiece off.
Wait, are you recording on him the sound he's making getting up? That's such dad content. That's such dad content.
If one thing gets clipped from this podcast, please God, let it be the off-screen sound of you grunting on your way up.
Oh, what a man. What a man. What a mighty good man.
Mighty good man.
There we go.
Katie,
Check out.
you handled that well, and
Thank
you were
you.
also glowing
Thank
during
you.
that time
Oh
period.
God,
I
I was like,
I was impressed.
I don't usually thirst in the presence of the. I'm better at thirsting from a distance. I'm not really an up close and personal thirster, and so I didn't know if I should like look him in his eye or like hide myself, and so I got real anxious there. My hands are clammy.
A very uncomfortable. We don't usually get this version of Katie Nolan.
Really?
Usually unflappable, sticking
Seriously.
screwdrivers into wine bottles.
Yikes!
man.
You really threw me for a loop there. What were we even talking about?
That's a damn good question, Katie, and I don't remember. So